Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. Here's Bloomberg's Lisa Mateo.
She's finishing strong with Sweetgreen. It's a Dow component. Let us start.
Where we? Yes,
Expedia?
Let's go there. No, you know what? Let's start with Sweetgreen because it's not so great news. And I know you love this place, Tom. $15 salads.
5 days a week.
My daughter loves it. Loves it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's ticker SG. Their shares have been down as much as 30%. The stock has already lost about 61% of its value this year through Thursday's close. So it slashed its sales guidance, missed second quarter estimates. The big news, though, that really stuck out to me, it is discontinuing their avocado air-fried tater treats.
Tariffs on
only
avocados.
been on the market, only been on the menu for
This is
5 months. That's as long as it lasted. Its CEO said that they were popular, but they're just too much work. So you can no longer get the avocado.
That's sort of like the
air-fried
Starbucks thing. It's all a contrived gimmick.
My problem is bigger portions. They need bigger portions, though.
I've heard that. But when the kids are outside the door, making the stuff just takes too long. I've heard this from a lot of kids. Like mine. Next.
Too much work. Okay, so let's go back to Expedia, right? Okay, EXPE. Shares have been higher, as much as 15% before the open, raised their full year sale target, reported strong second quarter bookings, improved demand from U.S. customers. And that really goes against other reports that consumers have become a little bit more cautious when booking travel. The CEO, how she described it, is this tale of two markets, right? Outside the U.S., the market was healthy. Inside, it was a bit softer. Yeah. But she's saying that demand from U.S. consumers improved through July. So there is a bright spot. The only thing is that she said it's going to be tough to predict how sustainable that is, how long that can withstand.
Shout out to Barry Diller, who's kept this thing going. I think a lot of people doubted it would continue. And yeah. It's the return over 10 years is not all that great, but they've really popped it nicely since 2023. Next.
Under Armour. This is the athletic wear brand. UAA is the ticker. It's been taking a hit this morning, down as much as 19%, worse than expected sales and profit from the current quarter. A turnaround plan. It was starting to take hold. I mean, they began this restructuring last year. The reason why, they're pointing to tariffs on imports and more cautious consumers, their spending. So revenue in their first quarter, it was more than $1.1 billion. That was in line with expectations, but it also marked the 9th straight decline. So this has been going on. And the CEO said, you know what, we're going to focus on strengthening the brand, bring more products.
There's been a lot of baggage. This is Kevin Plank. I did a thing with him once with Jeff Immelt.
Oh, okay.
And it's been a struggle for over a decade.
Yeah, and Under Armour stock is a fraction of what it was back in 21. I think it's like 25% market cap of where it was.
Is there any Under Armour product at the SAS Hour?
I'm not an Under Armour fan. I'm not a big fan of their golf gear. Yeah, no, I mean, I like Grayson. You ever heard of Grayson? We'll talk about this offline. It's favorite golf brand.
This is the fourth time you've mentioned your new clubs, your new irons.
So it's funny you mentioned that now that you want to go there. Scott is the name of the brand of club that I got. Not a Callaway, not a TaylorMade. Scott, which I had never heard of before, but these clubs, a little bit more weight. Oh my God, stiff shaft. Tom, it's puring the ball, Tom.
Okay. Where are we going?
Continue with stock movers.
We're off the rails. Okay. I'm going to Pinterest.
Thank you.
There we go.
So there's
a picture of me in Pinterest.
They're falling 11%. Social media app. Yeah, maybe you'll see a picture of Damon there. But really, it lets you search for images, save them to digital pin boards. So it's like people who are decorating things like that. They love this. Second quarter sales beat expectations. But the thing is that earnings for the second quarter, they were less than forecast. And then user growth in the U.S. and Canada was flat. And Pinterest makes the biggest chunk of their revenue from North America. So if you go back to the good news, better than expected growth, it's a sign that their advertising business is expanding.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.